Hello guys, this is the final episode of 2016 previous year paper analysis. MCQ number 91 to 100 will be discussed in this video. So if you have not seen the previous episodes, please watch it, because else it will not be helpful. Okay, because many concepts which I explained in the previous things, maybe I will not explain it again. Okay, because we are trying to make it a very short episodic kind of series. So please see to it that you watch it in the order 2019, 18, 17, and now 16 is getting completed today. And tomorrow onwards I'll start 2015. Like this backwards I am trying to target and make completely free previous year paper, not by just giving you the answer key. Okay, because coaching institute simply give you papers and papers, or give you A B C D answer key. That's what you will get in the books also which you buy for previous year paper. But I am here explaining you the concept and also telling you why this question was asked that time, and whether there is a chance of this kind of question coming again. Okay, and if it comes, in what type it can come, so what you should be ready for. So that is why this series is going to be helpful for you, and please watch it from the starting to the end. And newcomers, please WhatsApp me, because the sooner you WhatsApp, sooner you are going to know what all you are missing. Okay, because you are now addicted to this market system in which they are throwing PDF after PDF after at you, but you don't have a clear idea of what UPSC is and what UPSC demands. So please WhatsApp me, I'll give you the details of how to begin freshly. These are the subject wise mapping, and for full details, the brochure PDF and the video explaining the entire 250-day timetable will be given to you in WhatsApp itself. Just WhatsApp me today, I'll give you all the details. First question. In last episode also I told you AstroSat was asked, and the same type of statements were asked in Mangalyaan also. Okay, same thing. In the same year they put same thing, same type of this thing. So if you see, one is a GK, it is also known as Mars Orbiter Mission. Now because the movie came, Mangalyaan, you obviously will know Mom Mission, so you will be remembering. But before that, it also 2016 when it was asked, it was there in the news item and you should know that. And then made India the second country to have a spacecraft orbit after the USA. So this is the same type of statement for AstroSat which came. There also it was wrong, here also it is wrong. Okay, because there are more countries. When USA does something, Russia will also obviously do it. So it's not like India become the second country. Now made India the only country to be successful in making its spacecraft orbit the Mars in the very first attempt. So this is there, if you have seen the movie, you would have seen. This is the reason India's achievement is considered much ahead of others. Okay, it was the lightest one also, I think, the craft, and also we did it in the very first attempt. So that is why it is special. So here 2 is wrong and 1 and 3 is right. Okay, so here if you see, India is the first in Asia and 4th in the world. Okay, after Russia, USA and EU. Okay, after that now I think China also has tried it. So that is why you should know these kind of very basic things when the mission is very important. Now Chandrayaan 2 is something for which question has not yet come, but mostly next year there will be a question. Okay, and also Aditya, which is a solar mission, for that also question is expected. So please study all the important missions of India. If a foreign mission comes, even if you don't do it, it is okay, because everybody will be skipping it. But Indian mission, if it comes and if you don't do it, that means you are behind other competitors who are giving the exam. Now direct spectrum, if you don't do this, then you are not even a serious student of Vysh, because the way which I have explained you the National Congress summits and how the Indian independence movement happened, nobody else in this country have done till now. So if you have not done my spectrum series and my test series or my revision chart, then you are not a true student of Vysh. This is a very easy question. What is the reason for the split in the Indian National Congress in 1907? Okay, this full story I have explained to you right from 1905. Then 1906 and 7, finally the split happened, because you know there was something called moderates. I'm explaining again. Then there was extremist. Okay, where Lal Bal Pal is there. So these people always are like never got the presidency. Okay, they were never made the president, but they wanted Bal Gangadhar Tilak to be made the president. So what these people did in 1905, they told, okay, we'll consider it, but as of now we are making Gopala Krishna Gokhale. Okay, they cleverly made the senior most person so that these people will not resist. Okay, and next year again the same thing happened. Okay, because there is also one more thing. Whenever you are made a president, the session's location, okay, the venue should not be your hometown. Like that they had a rule. Okay, meaning if Bal Gangadhar Tilak is from the Maharashtra state, and if the session is happening in Maharashtra, he cannot become the president that year. Okay, so these people used to play this kind of tricks, the moderate people, so that these people will never become the president. Okay, that is why the conflict was happening. And they were fed up also, because why extremists wanted to become, because they were fed up of the ways in which moderates were doing. Okay, they thought that moderates are not good enough now. That is why they wanted to become the president and do this thing. So here the answer I'll tell you first itself. Extremists lack of faith in the capacity of the moderates to negotiate with the British government. So they wanted to become the president. But I'm just telling you the story so that you remember this. Okay, each time they wanted presidency, these people will do this thing. First they made Gopala Krishna Gokhale. Next they made Dadabhai Naoroji. Okay. So each time they will keep a senior person, so they will not debate. Next time when it happened, I think it happened in Surat or where, okay, Surat only, Surat split. So that time they made Rash Bihari Ghosh. Okay, don't write Rash Bihari Bose. Ghosh and Bose are two different people. Okay, Rash Bihari Bose is a person who, along with Subhash Chandra Bose and all, you will see, and with other, I think Sachin Sanyal or someone, you will see in different revolutionary movement. But Ghosh is a moderate. Okay, so he was made, and in 1908 also, I think he was made 2 times repeatedly back to back. So that time these people walked out and told we are splitting. Okay, that is what happened. Later, obviously, they'll merge again. 1916, they'll again come. Lucknow Pact will come and they will merge again. So like this story I have taught you, if the story was clear to you, in the exam hall it was a very easy thing to do. Okay, here they are telling Communalism by Lord Minto and Foundation of Muslim League. These are all related timeline only. 1906 only, all these things happened. 1906, 1909. So they put these options to confuse you. And see the last option. Aurobindo Ghosh, inability to be elected as the president of the Indian National Congress. So even though this inability to this thing is true, it was not Aurobindo Ghosh. Okay, even though he is a revolutionary and extremist, he is not the one here in the story. Okay, it was Bal Gangadhar Tilak who could not be made the president. Okay, and the more detailed conceptual answer will be this one. Extremist lack of faith in the capacity of the moderate. So now, at least now, please see to it that the story you know. Okay, and how I have told you the story, you should also be able to explain to a third person. You have like people ask like, how will I know that whether I know this, whether I'll remember this? Only if you can explain to a third person of what you learned, that is when you can be assured that your studies was perfect. Okay, if you cannot explain a concept to another person, that means your study is incomplete. So please don't by heart, understand the story, understand the concept of everything. There's a direct spectrum. Next one again, direct spectrum. Cripps mission. Okay, right from August offer 1940. After that, individual satyagraha will be there, followed by this. This was another UPSC question. Then Cripps mission will be there, 1942. Quit India movement will be there in the same time. Then after that, Waves proposal is there, 1945. Royal Indian Mutiny is 1946. So these are all things which UPSC already asked in chronology. And in between, there are many other things also. Many other people tried to intervene and they tried different things. Like Liaquat Ali Pact is there. So many things were there. Okay, but everything failed. CR formula is there. But everything failed. 1942, 43, 44, 45. So Cripps proposal, you should know. Every time these people, what they did is, they'll simply, why this failed? Because they never offered independence. They always gave India should be dominion. Okay, dominion status. This is the thing which in spectrum and entirely they are explaining, and that is why everybody kept on rejecting and nothing was happening. Then finally cabinet mission will come 1946, and after that Mountbatten will come, and then he will in cabinet mission, I think one of the person is again Cripps only. Cripps will again come back with another 2 people. So here then Mountbatten will come. Then after that something is there. Okay, an independence plan will be there. One borderline will be, I think, Radcliffe plan. Something will be, like that. Many things are there. And finally, around I think June 3 or something, they tell we will get June 3, 1948 or something, we will get independence. But we got much ahead of that. Okay, the date I'm not sure correctly, but it was in 1948 they told we will get independence. But in August 15 itself, we got it. Okay, this is the entire post around independence timeline. Okay, which is almost the last chapter in spectrum. This was a tricky question, and you should have ideally skipped it if you cannot do it, because if you waste time on this, you will waste 15-20 minutes, and then simply by that time you could have solved another 5 questions and got 10 marks. Okay, these are purposely UPSC do this. So here only things which you surely will know is Bodh Gaya, Khajuraho and Tirupati maybe, because these 2 are Buddhist related things, or not Buddhist, your history related things. So you will study. Okay, like Bodh Gaya, no, Bihar. But problem is they did not give you the state names here. They gave you the places, that too unwantedly, because these places were in news because of water scarcity. Okay, all these places were in news that time because water was less. Rayalaseema region, because of rain shadow area, and like you remember, like trains were sent, water was sent through trains to many stations, many places, and all these places were related to that in the news. But they simply, whoever has made the question, cleverly mixed up that with the famous historical place, I mean the cultural place. So here, as I told, if you don't know, you have to skip. Bodh Gaya, Bihar, but Bagalkand is not there. It is a little bit left side. I'll show you the map also. So 1, you should have ideally eliminated with your common sense. And then again, options were tough. Okay, like 2 and 5 you will get it is true. That is Khajuraho and Bundelkhand and Tirupati in Rayalaseema. But again, Shirdi and Nasik, you have to again think. And here, Nasik was the only thing you could have eliminated, because Nasik, you know where in Maharashtra it should be. And Malwa is a little bit higher than that. Okay, it's like not that, it's above the Deccan area. So that is why that you could have eliminated, and then the answer 2 and 5. So it was little. Now when exam is over, I can very easily explain to you in this 15 seconds, 20 seconds. But in the exam hall, I know this will be very difficult for you. Okay, because you cannot picturize all these places. It's not that much important that time, because till then UPSC did not ask these things. So if you see the regions, here Bundelkhand and Bihar will be obviously somewhere here. So the one you should eliminate. Bodh Gaya will not be there. Then Bagelkhand is somewhere here. Uh, sorry, Bundelkhand and Wagel. So here only. Okay, Bihar and this thing. This is what they asked linked together. And Bundelkhand is here, and Khajuraho will be, Madhya Pradesh will be somewhere here only. So there only Khajuraho is there. So 2 is true. Then what else is here? Okay, this picture only, this much you can see. This picture, if you see, Telangana region, here only Rayalaseema. Okay, the Western Ghats is here and rain shadow region, here a dry area, and Tirupati is there. So 5 is true. Okay, 2 and 5. And then let me see whether I have maps for this. Yeah, Shirdi is here. Okay, in Maharashtra. And Vidarbha, I don't know whether I have shown here in any map. Okay, I think I have not shown. Yeah, Vidarbha is here. Okay. So here if you see, it's in the rightmost side of Maharashtra. Nasik is towards somewhere here. Sorry, Shirdi is somewhere here. Okay, so that is why it was very close, but you could have got it. And Shirdi is here. Okay. The Parliament of India acquires the power to legislate on any item in the state list in the national interest if a resolution to that effect is passed by. This is like 2-3 methods are there where center can intervene into state, then directly given in polity, it's listed. So this again, you should not have needed any trick or anything. You have to study your Lakshmikant. Okay, there is no other shortcut to this thing because this was a direct concept thing which is there written in the constitution. Okay, so Rajya Sabha by the majority of not less than 2/3 of its member present and voting. This is one case. Like this, many things are there. Okay, when 2 states go with a resolution, like there many things are there. So you have to know when can this. It's about the 7th schedule: union list, state list, concurrent list. Then we have the residuary list. So when can union go and make rules on the state list? Okay, that is the question. So 4-5 options are there. You have to go and study all those things. Recently, which of the following states have explored the possibility of constructing an artificial inland port to be connected to the sea by a long navigation channel? So this one again, it was a news item and a GK type question. So it is actually Rajasthan. Okay, artificial inland port, Jalore, all these things you should remember so that next time you should know where these things are. Okay. With reference to the agreement to the UNFCCC meeting in Paris in 2015, which are the following statements are correct? Okay, this again, the usual number game. Whenever number is given, it will be always false. Okay, but here problem is all 3 statements, numbers are there. Okay, and there is no option like none of the above. That means something at least have to be true. So let's see what can be true. So the agreement was signed by all the member nations. This was again, I think yesterday's episode also same statement was there. Okay, that time also I told it is wrong. So UPSC 2016, they played around with the same topic 4-5 times. So it was signed by all of the UN and it will go into effect in 2017. Okay, it was signed by all, it is true, but it was not ratified by all. Okay, it has I think 55% of the countries or something have to do, and then only it will go into effect. So first statement is wrong. So when first statement is wrong, now 2 automatically becomes true. So UPSC itself is telling you, don't worry about these numbers, this is true. Okay, and that is one basic thing which you should study also. What is the purpose of this agreement? Then the last one, developed countries acknowledge their historical responsibility in global warming and committed to donate 1,000 billion a year from 2020 to help developing countries to cope with the climate change. Everything in this is true except for the number. It is not 1,000 billion, it is 100 billion, which also USA is now not ready to give and they are walking out of this agreement. Okay. So if you see here, it will enter into force only after 55 countries that account for at least 55% of global emissions have deposited their instrument of ratification. Okay, I think now it's already done. You can go and check the status of this now. And it is 100 billion, not 1,000 billion. The Sustainable Development Goals were first proposed in 1972 by a global think tank called the Club of Rome. Okay, that is actually looks true, but it is false. Then the Sustainable Development Goals have to be achieved by 2030. That is true because that itself is called the 2030 Agenda of Sustainable Development. Okay, the goal, its SDG goal is called like that. So that is true. But the first one, this report of Club of Rome was famous for, it's mentioned in your Shankarayya's textbook and all these places, like the limits to growth, okay, which was brought in 1972. It mentions about sustainable development and all, but this proposed, the sustainable development goals is wrong, okay. SDG goals came later only. That is why 1 is false and 2 is true. Okay, a little tricky, but as I always tell, the origin, the parent body, parent organization will have 99% chance that it will be false. This is the one of a type question which has never asked in the past, and I don't think in future also it will be asked. Okay, they asked a movie, a recent movie titled The Man Who Knew Infinity is based on the biography of. So this movie, I have also seen, it's a very nice movie. You should go and watch it. Dev Patel, I think, the Slumdog Millionaire guy, he was the actor in that. So it was a very nice movie in which they have shown the strength of Indian mathematics. This thing, that mathematician. It was a GK. GK is okay. UPSC asked GK questions, but a movie-related GK. This is the only one time I think in history they have asked. Okay, maybe many years back they used to ask something about radio and TV and Doordarshan and something else, but that was even before the 90s. But now 2016 a question, it was a shocking thing. But because people watch movies these days, I think it was solvable. Okay. So whoever I watched till now, you will get 3 free tests. Simply come and email me this code. You will get 3 free tests immediately in your email. Last question for this entire 2016 analysis. The minimum age prescribed for any person to be a member of Panchayat is 21 years. It's mentioned in your Lakshmikant. Okay, if it's Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha, and other things and all state assembly, then I think it will be 25 years. That also go and confirm, because I think that was asked in 2020 actually. 2020 they asked like anybody who is eligible to vote can become a minister, something like that. That means 18 years old you can become a minister. That is wrong. Okay, so that is the 2020 question. In 2016 they asked the Panchayat age limit. So that's why I'm telling they have repeated the pattern but in a different body. Then so this is wrong. Then a panchayat reconstituted after premature dissolution continues only for the remainder period. That is actually true. That's also mentioned in your Lakshmikant. Okay. So same things I have mentioned here. Direct polity question it is. If the remainder of the period is less than 6 months, it shall not be necessary to hold elections. This also may be a potential statement. Next time they will repeat and ask. Okay. So that is the end of 2016 analysis. Hope this kind of series is helping you. And because more you solve previous year questions, more you solve Vysh's kind of test series, nobody can stop you from clearing prelims. Okay, it's a guarantee that you will clear prelims, because only talent or only skill you need to develop is solving MCQs. It doesn't matter how many textbooks you read, how many coaching you go, nothing matters. It is about solving MCQs, and I am teaching you literally how to solve questions. Okay, so please WhatsApp me to get India's biggest test series. I'll come up with the next season, next 2015 thing. So till then, enjoy learning. Thank you and have a nice day.